The innovations continue at BirdBuddy. Welcome back to Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin. With us once again is CEO Franci Zidar. Hi, Franci.
Hi, Fred. Good to be here.
Great to see you. And you have pioneered the field of smart bird feeders with cameras that identify different types of birds. And you're expanding capabilities and types of cameras. Give us an overview of what the focus is on these days.
I guess focus is a really interesting word to use there because our focus is shifting or is expanding, I should say, from birds to all creatures around your home. We're really looking at ways to help people connect with all nature. There are roughly 100 different species around an average household, so there's a lot of life. And as always for BirdBuddy, we've seen this as kind of our big mission, right? Is to get people closer to all nature. Birds are a beautiful gateway creature and life around you, but there is a lot more to engage and appreciate and support.
Well, let's talk some specifics. First of all, when it comes to the bird feeders, the smart bird feeder, the hummingbird feeder, you've upped the resolution capability
Oh
with
yeah.
your cameras. Tell me about that.
BirdBuddy launched in 2022, right? And we are a crowdfunded project. So we went from no product to a lot of customers and a product in about a year and a half. We've tried to future-proof our architecture a little bit, right? And what we've initially released as far as kind of capabilities for the end user was less than what the hardware was really capable of, right? So we've actually unlocked 2K video for all of our customers, including people that have bought a BirdBuddy before, right? Sometime mid last year, right? Because we've worked a lot on kind of unlocking all the capabilities of the hardware. We have also launched a new and much improved version of the original BirdBuddy camera. And that one has an HDR feature, so you can have like a lot better images that are a lot better exposed in more harsh lights or low light and so on. But the resolution stays the same, right? So it's 2K videos and 4 megapixel photos.
Just terrific. And then you mentioned going into other creatures around the yard and being able
Yes.
to image them. Tell me what you're doing.
So there's we are very much the beneficiaries of the AI revolution that's happening around us, right? You look at all the exciting new releases that are happening from ChatGPT and all of these other players, Meta, and effectively what they're enabling is a level of interpretation that's only been previously attributed to humans. So you can look at something, you can describe it, right? You can add some color to it, you create a story around it. And the reason why I'm saying this is that the way we look at your yard, at your garden, is a place of activity, of life, of change, right? Things flower, things die, things fly, things come and go. And effectively using AI, right, and a camera can really bring all of that action to life, right? And can bring you closer and can help you engage in a much more meaningful and deeper way. So we're working on a new camera product called Petal, which is effectively, you can think of it like a nature camera for your home, right? Put it anywhere you have nature. That can be a flower bed, that can be a vegetable garden, it can be just like a couple of plants in your home, right? And we'll add life to it, right? We'll let you give it a name. We'll tell you when something is visited, when something has changed. We'll tell you right before something flowers or buds, and you'll be able to go check it out or send you a beautiful photo. So really, it's all about just kind of capturing the beauty, but also interpreting it in a way that's unique and new.
That's exciting. So tell us about bringing that to market where things are today.
So we have prototypes. We are working on a Kickstarter campaign that we're planning to launch this spring. We are also working with a lot of people that are in this field to try to figure out exactly what is the most useful set of features that will create the best possible impact, right? And are currently undergoing a bit of a kind of product market fit testing to make sure we're actually building something our customers will want, right? We're very fortunate that we are from a crowdfunding background, which means that we have a lot of customers that are very into kind of a DIY, experimental, approach, and are very fortunate to be able to lean on that again for this kind of next generation of bird buddy products.
Tell us more about the community that has grown around your products.
That is that is hard to speak of as a like a single thing because it is many things, right? And we keep learning about like what community means to our customers, right? And what community means as it relates to our relationship with our users and customers, and what it means to our users and customers engaging with each other, right? One of the things that we've learned that is really pronounced is BirdBuddy is very much a family product, right? You buy a smart bird feeder or a hummingbird feeder, and you'll buy Petal and all these other things we're working on for your home, right? For your yard. And it's a source of value, and it's a source of kind of beauty and wonder for the whole family, right? So very often people perceive community within BirdBuddy as their own family members or kind of close relatives, right? Because they kind of enjoying the experience together, right? And then the next level is really on a neighborhood level, and this is something we're now trying to figure out how to really make compelling, right? So our goal is to try to connect people that live nearby, that care about nature, right? That care about birds, to be able to share in the experience, to give each other advice and so on. And then us, Bird Buddy as a team, as a company, as a brand, we see our customers, our users as a source of learning and inspiration. And it is not yet, I think, in a place where I would say we're doing a really good job to try to maintain that relationship, proactively. But we are definitely, for the reason of just kind of coming out of crowdfunding as a company, still just a natural beneficiary of that relationship.
I know the hummingbird community here in the States, we have them,
Yeah,
is very active. People saying, "Oh, they've migrated this far north this week, et cetera,"
totally.
as the weeks progress in the springtime. So, and the Bird Buddy allows people to share images of those birds. So, with the is it called the Nature Cam that you're coming out with, or what is that called?
So the name for the camera is Petal, like a flower petal, right? But it is effectively a nature cam, right? It is a tiny little camera. It's beautiful, right? You point it at nature and will give you value from that image, right? Not just photos. We'll tell you what's there, if it's suffering, if it's infested, if it's in the wrong place in your garden, if we will create a pool of value from that image, and AI really allows us to do that in ways that were kind of not just unthinkable. I guess people could have thought of them, but just not doable like a couple of years ago, right?
Sure. I mean, there have been apps that have come along that allow you to walk around and point the camera, but here you're going to have a
Correct.
camera stationed on site.
Yeah.
Gonna it's going to tell people what's eating their tomatoes and things like that.
Correct. Yes. Yeah. It'll tell you if you have snails in your strawberries, right? Or if you have a stray cat that you didn't know was, a part of your home.
Very, very exciting. Tell us more about the philosophy of the company. We've talked a little bit about this before, Franci. And
Yeah,
what's your reason for being is?
totally. That's a great question, and I think it's you know, I I feel very fortunate that we get to build a company that gets people to engage with nature, right, and connect with nature that's out there. I might have said that before in one of our chats, right? But birds are really one of the last kind of visible representatives of wildlife in our daily lives, right? They come and go, and they kind of keep us centered and connected with nature. So it was really important for us to help people connect in a very meaningful and deep way. And I think that moving forward, that is what we want to keep building the brand around, really helping people connect with things that matter, that are around them, help people appreciate nature in a way you know that's very real, and ultimately, hopefully, contribute to a positive attitude towards nature and more conservation focused mindset, right? I think that the more we get people to feel like they are a part of nature, the more likely they are to protect it, right? And it's at a time that nature is fighting a losing battle, and I think it's super important for us to try to do our part. And also, the flip side of it is that I think there's a great business to be built there, and I think that there's a lot of value to add to our customers in the process, right? Waking up to a photo from a bird buddy, right, or to some wonderful fact about something that's happening in your garden is just a wonderful way to wake up, and it's a beautiful experience, right? So I think that it really goes hand in hand, right? It is us trying to do kind of good for nature while also doing good for our customers and users.
What about the education aspects, even when it comes to things like maintaining your feeders and keeping them clean? It's so important with
Yeah.
the avian flu spreading in parts of the country.
So a couple of ways we think about that. One, we've I think just a couple of days ago shared a blog post we wrote about how to do that, right? How to take good care of your bird buddies, how to maintain them well, how to clean them well. So that's a super important piece of of engagement. But I do think that we have a rare ability, right, to tell our customers things around their bird feeders that was just never possible before. So effectively, BirdBuddy now has a feature called Bird Care, which is still like a very early stage feature, right? But we can recognize injured or diseased birds, right? So let's say a northern cardinal has like an avian pox, right? We can recognize that image. We can tell you, look, we've seen a northern cardinal with avian pox. We think you might want to clean your bird buddy or take it down for about a week, right? So we already do some of that stuff very proactively, and there are things that are more kind of, I guess, not passive, but more broad in terms of, this is now a season where this is super important, so you might want to take it down and clean it. So we're trying to do our part. The reality is that bird feeding has always been a slightly, I don't want to say contentious subject, right? But there are kind of schools of thought where bird feeding can contribute to disease spread, right? Because it is like a center for birds to come together, and it's not impossible for that to be a bit of a disease spread vector, right? The kind of common, I guess, consensus amongst all experts is that it's negligible in terms of its impact, right? And most often, bird disease spreads through industrial farms, right? Bird feeders are not that huge of an element there. It's still important though to keep people educated and to give them advice whenever there's possible, and we're trying to do our part there, both in terms of informing our customers and users of like this is the time to make sure, especially now, your feeder is clean, but also trying to be kind of more focused in our approach to, we've recognized a bird that shows signs of disease. You might want to take your bird buddy down for about a week and clean it.
Just terrific. And obviously, you're giving so many people a real appreciation of the birds and now everything else that's maybe in the backyard. For more information, where can people go?
So you can go to mybirdbuddy.com, and also for all the upcoming projects, you can go to experiencewonder.com.
Terrific. Franci Zidar, thank you for spending time with us.
Thank you, Fred.